I feel like this is how Eminem would wear this hat.
That's probably exactly how Eminem would wear that hat.
So I think a lot of this car is still messed up. The previous owner just like, I felt like he literally didn't, I don't even know what happened with this car, and I wish I kind of knew. But it was just so messed up, like everything's missing bolts, like the entire car.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's how bad the bushing is. You want to go to the other side of the bushing?
So what we got going on here is I was trying to turn this guy here so I can get to the caliper bolts, and we figured out why this suspension seems so weird, like it had a little extra play. That's because this rubber completely separated from here.
And now we're kind of at this point too, where it's like, do we fix certain things? Do we leave it? And so just getting together kind of the wiring. I know that's not something the previous owner did, but I just mean, just kind of getting this into a more complete state as a car. It just makes the whole project easier if everything's clean. It also looks better. All right, so we just finished the diffuser, but this is gonna maybe be in a separate video, we don't know. Anyway, we're trying to clean up some of the wiring in here. This car is pretty,
Yeah, what he said.
pretty messy.
Well, we don't need a CD changer.
I was really hoping I could use my CD changer while I was driving on the track. It's just small enough that I can't fit a drill back here, so we're using a tiny screwdriver.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Well,
Hey, you said you said you wanted to drop out of there.
Okay.
How much does this thing weigh?
You just went a tenth of an hour faster.
10th of an hour? Damn.
Or whatever the hell. Okay.
So what we're doing is taking out the sound deadening. A better way to do it than the way we're doing it today is to actually use dry ice, put the dry ice in there. I watched a bunch of videos on basically mixing dry ice with isopropyl alcohol. Yeah, you get it. But putting that in there, and then it basically comes off in sheets, which would have been a lot easier than what I did today. Burned myself like 6 times, and we got a decent amount of it done. I mean, it already looks better. My dad was basically doing a bunch of the wiring stuff while I was doing that, and just getting rid of everything that we didn't need, and then cleaning up and getting stuff to the side that we did. Later on, we may go through it more, but I think at this point, it's just kind of cleaning up, getting it out of the way, and making it look better in there. This is oddly therapeutic. Oh, this last little bit right here. Woo! That's it. That shit is in there. At least you know my seat's not coming out. There's no bolts in it right now. In the lap. Oh shit, you all good? It's got 5 horsepower. That's pretty crazy though. A razor blade, like. We did a lot of like little things, like even the trunk today. I mean, the trunk looks a lot better than it did. I wish I had a before shot to show you guys. It just looks better and better each day. You know, day by day, video by video, eventually this thing will look good. And I hope you guys are following along with the journey, you know, and following what this car started out to be. I've learned a crazy amount about cars just from this project alone. I think when I bought the E36, I hadn't worked on cars that much. That's what's cool about a lot of these projects is it's not like getting from A to B. It's really like, oh, I did that. Oh, remember when this happened? And I was able to like kind of do this. You look at the car and you can step back and you're kind of proud of what you accomplished on it, you know, in the day. So I think I'm excited with where we're at, and now it's just a matter of keep moving through this, and eventually we'll drive it. So, day 2 right now. Where we left off last time, we got all the wiring, kind of halfway. I shouldn't even say we got all the wiring, but it's pretty much kind of just in the middle of everything. Removing some of the sound deadening. We got the wiring that we're still cleaning up. Right now, borrowed from 1320 Wraps down the street. We got their quick jacks here, so we're using those today to fix an exhaust leak. So we got these right here, and we're still missing one. I got more gasket over there. We got some different gaskets right now to fix the exhaust leak, and then a few of these are just kind of preventative maintenance to, make sure that those other ones are good before they do go. But really today, we're just kind of continue moving through. We got my dad here again helping us out, and we're just gonna kind of see what we can get through today. But let's get to it. Okay, so let me get this straight. You wanna start the car right now?
Yeah.
So that we can see exactly what's.
I'll put my hand around it and I'll say, okay, we can change them anyway, but it sure would be good if we knew they were actually leaking, and then we'll replace them. And then we'll do it again and say, they're not leaking.
Gotcha, okay.
Okay. What? Did you hear something like banging?
Yeah, what the hell was that? It's gotta be some type of wire that we moved or something. I think it was this. Sound like that?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it was that.
All right.
Got underneath the car, got the car up with quick jacks, and unbolted the first one, and went to do the second one. Started to do it, the bolt was pretty tight. Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah, I needed a different one. Whoops. These videos are just me laying on the ground. I'm not actually doing anything. I'm just looking like I'm doing something, but I'm not really doing anything. You wanna grab me, hey Dad, can I just have a ratchet? So I'll take the bolts off all the way. Now, stupid question, Dad, but when I take this off right now,
Yeah.
is this gonna fall out? Am I gonna have to pry it off? How's that gonna?
Well, I think you're gonna have to take the front and the back, and then you're gonna have to pull it back. You don't have replacement bolts. I don't know if the bolt is pressed in there. So you're gonna find out, I guess.
Okay. All right, that came off. You mind showing me how to get some leverage on this bolt? Or if I just need to, actually, I just don't want to grab it if I'm not totally on. And
Yeah, definitely you don't want to round it off.
so see, like I'm right here, right? But the joint's like, so I'm going this way, the joint's that way. You see this? Like I'm not.
Oh crap.
What? I didn't see it when I was underneath there wasn't a lot of light, but as soon as we actually took a look at what was going on, the actual part that would bolt up the two pipes, the pipe was actually broken off completely. We have this piece right here, and then we have this one over here. And you can see, we can't even fix this because the gasket would sit in there, right? Inside, between these two, and be bolted right there. That's what we undid right here on this side. But because that's not there, literally, of course we're gonna have exhaust leaks. The thing's not connected. I guess I could just order. I'll find an OEM one and see what it costs for one off a used car. I'm not sure exactly what we're gonna do yet for this. We'll kind of figure that out. We may weld it, we may figure something out, but I don't know what we're gonna do yet. We're just gonna take these seat mounts out, go ahead and get this out of the way so we can just clean it up a little bit. You can see the wiring down here, this crap. Get this all cleaned up. These are kind of just in our way right now. So yeah, we're just gonna take these out and then get to moving on the sound deadening and the wiring. Do you want to switch right now?
Sure.
Because I took this seat mount is out over here. I'm embarrassed that to be way tighter than it was. This side is a fixed seat. We didn't go with sliders on the side. You can see right there, the bolts in between there. So I have to take these two off to get to that, which isn't that hard as long as I guess since I can keep this one together, I can see exactly which holes of these match up and I don't have to figure out where the seat went again. So I'll just take these off. I know it looks like I'm gangster and shit, dude. Catch me on TikTok. Kidding, don't. I'm finally doing something. Just kidding. So the process of removing sound deadening, you can use dry ice. We're not here, we're using a heat gun, going through, heating it, and then basically using a pry tool. I didn't want to use a flathead because I didn't want to actually scrape the bottom of the car too much. So we're using a pry tool, and it's working pretty well. You just have to make sure you get it hot enough to where the glue adhesive kind of separates. And then also, I was trying to be careful of the wiring. That's kind of the big reason why I didn't use dry ice, because I was being careful of the actual wiring that's still in the car. It's not something that we're pulling all the wiring out and putting like a new wiring harness or rewiring the car completely. We're pretty much just organizing the wire that's already there. We may eventually go to that extent, but right now, this is what it'll end up at.
So any of these parts that look like this are an absolute bitch to get off because they don't come off in one part. I'm actually sweating right now. I mean, between being in a hoodie and a heat gun, that'll do it. Oh, so he's giant. I'm in like a Snuggie right now. I'm already at home with a beer and a pizza.
Now, I'm not trying to make this car perfect or make it, not be able to be driven on the track because it's too clean. I want to know that the stuff that we did is there and not the stuff from the previous owner, because just like the exhaust pipe, I feel like if we would have left a lot of stuff from the previous owner, we would have been in for a rude awakening on the track, for sure.
Sound deadening is almost all out. We just got this little patch right here. Some of the adhesive is still all there, but that'll come out over time. I got a little patch on the passenger footwell right here, but
You know what? You could probably get this a little better here too, and then probably get.
you just steal my thunder over here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm kidding, Dad.
Go for it.
No, those I found out the hard way. Those are holes.
Yes.
So there's like
There's a cap in there.
Yeah.
So just go around it.
I found that out by taking one out and realizing it went straight to the ground. I put it back
Okay, don't do it.
and it dried.
Don't do that.
But so we got some of the wiring cleaned up over there. I did all that. My dad didn't do any of that, right, Dad?
That's right.
No, he did all that. Got it all screwed down. So I'll just take this last part out, and then everyone's going home.
Yep.
Man, I can't believe I did this. Who decides to buy a car, strip it out, invest way too much money into it, go to the track once, have it overheat, and then put more money into it?
Sounds like something you did.
That's not a genetic thing you got from me.
Yeah. How many 442s did you have at once at one point? It was 3, right?
Yeah. But
At least I only have 2 M3s. I don't have 3 M3s.
well, one was more of a parts car. And that's probably the one I should have kept.
Yeah, I guess that's true, huh?
And that was probably in the best shape.
So there you go. That's where I get it from.
Well, yeah, I suppose. I'll take a little bit of credit.
We're kind of jumping all over the place with this car because we're really just trying to, like I mentioned, clean it up. So there's a lot of things that, just little tie up loose ends, right? The headlights, getting those all working, the blinkers working, every little thing, just trying to get that dialed in.
Trying to get the little things tightened up on this car too. My dad actually went through, so I found, actually let me show you guys real quick. Come over here. So, this piece right here, I just picked up off a car. I'm not sure why we didn't keep this when I was stripping it. Somehow that got thrown away. We still need the cover for the bottom of the steering wheel. I'll probably leave this, I'm not too worried about that. But that really cleaned up the inside because all his wires were hanging. There was like a little fuse box hanging by the clutch, and every once in a while you press the clutch and you wouldn't be able to press it all the way down. So it's good that that's fixed. But that being said, little stuff like the blinker didn't work. So on that same car, I just picked up a new blinker because right here the end points were broken off. So we just picked up a new one, resoldered it. I just need to take the old one out, and I'll show you guys what it looked like when I take it out. I'm only taking it off right now like this because these are like cheap blinkers. Like I just bought aftermarket ones off Pelican Parts, and it was the difference between like $6 for blinkers and $40. Now they don't fit perfect, but it's really easy to break these clips. So it's like 4 bolts to take the headlights off real quick. I'm just doing it that way because it's easy. Okay, so there you go. So see, he didn't even have to really pull it out hard to get this out. Those were all broken off. So we got a new one right here. Just go ahead and put that in. I guess that's what I'm doing, okay. And the blinker works. All right, so I haven't had the E36 this color for that long, but we're actually gonna take this off completely right now and get it prepared for the new wrap next week.
To be honest, I'm not really a big fan of matte wraps. I should have gone with my instinct and just done a gloss wrap. I just think matte tends to, unless the bodywork is perfect, you know, all the different panels look great, matte's really gonna show any imperfection you have. And it's also just, unless you have that car that is done up, matte tends to look a little cheap. I am noticing the paint is kind of chipping, so we may need to actually sand the whole car down, or just honestly get rid of any of that chipping paint before we wrap it, just to make sure the wrap's not pulling up paint as we're putting the wrap on. Sometimes you do need to pull it back up. Now, if you pull it back up and you're pulling paint, you can imagine like eventually you're not gonna have adhesive, and also you're gonna see like a little bubble wherever that paint's coming up. It's not finished, but damn, it is clean now. Like just looking at the inside, I'm proud of how far we've come on this car, and I'm also excited to see where we go with it. But right now, it's pretty much where this project's gonna end for today.